So recently, I found out that my smartphone was costing me a little over $6,000 a month. Now you might be saying, what kind of phone does this man have? I have the iPhone 47, I'll have you know. No, but in all seriousness, it's a good question to answer. How much does your smartphone cost you? Now, I'm not just talking about how much you paid for it and how much your phone bill is each month, but how much does it cost to use it? Now, time is infinitely more valuable than money. However, we can use this simple formula to approximate how much it costs you each month. Take your hourly wage, or whatever your salary breaks down to as an hourly figure, and multiply that by your average screen time per day over the past week. Now multiply that number by 30, and there you go. That's how much your smartphone is costing you each month. Our smartphones, while they offer many benefits, can be bottomless pits that we throw our time into with no return. And so today I'm gonna walk through many of the key benefits I've experienced with using a flip phone, how it's increased my productivity significantly while also reducing stress. Now, I wanted to do this as less of a one and done experiment and make it sustainable. So first things first, I went to Best Buy, picked up a track phone, not a trap phone, but a track phone, and purchased a card with 120 minutes, which combined totaled $55.10. Next, I set it up with a brand new number and texted all my family members from my iPhone, letting them know that I now had a dumb phone. Needless to say, they were concerned. Ultimately though, everything was a-okay and I was all set up. Now, going back to sustainability, here's how I set this up over the past month and how I'm planning on using my flip phone strategically going forward. So I still had my iPhone. However, each week there were at least 3 days out of the week where I did a no phone day, where my iPhone was completely off the entirety of the day. So it basically was as though I only had my flip phone. But here's where the flip phone comes in handy. I still had the peace of mind knowing I could be working, I could be going about my day, but at any moment my family could call me in case there was an emergency. So to me, this provides the best of both worlds. It's like I'm living in 2023 and 2003 at the same time. And so for me, in terms of sustainability, like I'm not going to print directions off MapQuest, if that even still exists. I don't know. Shout out to MapQuest. It was good back in the old days. I'm not going to call a taxi, and I'm not printing my boarding pass physically at the airport like I'm 90 years old. I'm not doing any of that. And so to me, this provides benefits of the modern technology, the smartphone, but also the peace of mind and the ability to reduce distractions that a flip phone, a dumb phone, can provide. Now, here are a few of the key benefits I've experienced, and if you make the leap, I'm confident you'll experience very similar benefits as well. Number one is pretty obvious: increased productivity. Now, it's one thing to reduce distractions. That's great, and I think we should all strive to do so. But it's something entirely different to reduce even the pull that those distractions have on you. When I was consistently doing my no phone days, I didn't really even have that pull to check my phone as much. Sure, first couple days take some getting used to. You're like calling out for Siri and there's no response. Right? But as the days roll forward, it starts to get easier and you actually start to appreciate not having your smartphone attached at your hip at all times. Benefit number two, in a strange way, everything feels like meditation. When we're able to hop off the smartphone and just have that flip phone handy, it allows us to be so much more present in the moment. And so when you're able to be so present in the moment, even focused, mentally intensive work feels in a weird way like meditation. Eating without your phone, exercising, reading, chatting with friends, it all starts to feel in a way like meditation because you're so present in the moment. Benefit number three, which I hope every single person watching this can appreciate: ringtones making a comeback. Now for me personally, I went with a little Sean Paul. Shonda Paul, Samigo Sudden. But let me know, back in the day, what was your go-to ringtone? Or if you're getting a flip phone now, what is gonna be your new go-to ringtone? Comment down below. All right, now I'm gonna jump into the final key benefit, but be sure to stick around after this as I'm gonna walk you through 3 bonus tips to maximize these benefits. The final key benefit is more meaningful experiences and memories. If you're watching this video, you might be feeling like I was, where I was just tired of feeling unproductive all the time. I couldn't just sit down and focus on my work for a long period of time. Or maybe you're just constantly stressing. You're worrying about trying to keep up with everything going on in the world. And if you're like me, you're curious if this is all life has to offer, if I'm gonna go through my entire life this way, or if there's something greater out there. Quite literally and simply, time is life. So we can't waste it. We can't continue throwing it away and just spending hour after hour after hour on our smartphones. And with the past month of using this flip phone, I can confidently say that this will not only increase your productivity, your ability to focus, but also improve your overall quality of life, reduce stress, and increase the richness of your experiences. So now, as opposed to spending endless hours on our smartphones, we can fill our time doing meaningful things with the people who mean the most to us. Not every day is going to be absolutely life-changing. Those spectacular experiences come every once in a while, but they're always on the horizon, and they give extra incentive for us to value our time and stay disciplined on the day-to-day. Tomorrow's goal gives meaning to the discipline of today. So let's jump into the 3 bonus tips to reduce the pull that your smartphone has on you. Number 1 is turn your phone on grayscale. I would encourage you to try it and notice after a while how uncomfortable it makes you. This should signal to us that we're getting some amount of stimulation from the colors on the screen without even really realizing it. The only key time that I found that I really needed color when I was using my smartphone was when I was using Google Maps. The second bonus tip I have for you is to get a real alarm clock. We've all been there using our smartphones as our alarm clocks. We set it next to us. It's in arm's reach. We wake up and then boom, Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms that we jump on, and our day isn't really off to the best of starts, right? So ideally get a real alarm clock, and then better yet, keep it at least on the other side of your room. So you have to get up to turn it off. For me personally, I keep it in the kitchen. So when it goes off, I still hear it. I got to get up, go into the kitchen. I got a bottle of water already prepped for me there. So I switch off the alarm, start taking some sips of water to get hydrated, and I kick my day off from there. This leads me to the final bonus tip, which is reduce decision fatigue. Think of your energy like a phone battery. You start the day off maybe at 100%, but every single little decision that you have to make eats away at your energy bit by bit. So personally, every night I lay out my clothes for the next day, and I prepare my to-do list the evening before. So that way when I get up, there's less friction in my day. I can just have a nice flow to it. I found it to be the case that when there is a lot of friction in our day, we gotta do all this thinking, all this thinking, all this thinking. We just want to check our smartphone. We don't feel like thinking all the time, right? So it just leads to wanting to check that smartphone, and that pull is stronger. So that wraps up this video. I hope you got great value from it. And since we're getting focused now, I'm not going to recommend another video to you. So I greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, go get your flip phone and start living the life you've always dreamed of. I'll see you soon. Peace.